Hello everyone, this is Castlevania 109 and welcome back to Super Castlevania 4. And now we get to listen to some awesome nostalgic music. We will get to hear the main themes from all three of the NES Castlevania games within these last couple levels. Starting with Bloody Tears, and a darn bloody good remake at that. Bloody Tears, bloody good remake, I'm funny. So, yep. Oh, what? I thought that was later in the stage. Oh, I just screwed up. Oh, well. Well, I was about to say I shouldn't die, but look what happened. I died. Great. At least we got some awesome music. Which should keep me from getting too angry. Too angry. I'll still probably get a little angry. Because now I know my chances of survival are lower. I lost my cross. Because of this stupid knife. Oh, I got hit. Wait, what am I doing? I got this awesome whip. I should make use of it. There. Now he can't possibly get me. Because he's dead. Fully dead. Mwahaha. Okay, let's just kill everything in plain sight. There we go, that's a bit of a tricky jump. And there will be plenty of tricky stuff in this clock tower because it is a clock tower. That was just stupid, not tough. Oh, swingity swing, swing the web to the darn platforms. It's a skeleton. Use your magic web with some holy power inside to murder everything that Dracula has in store for Belmonts. Get rid of all the evil. I am bad at making up lyrics, so maybe I should shut up. I don't know how people do it. I can't. It's hard. It's really hard. You know what else is really hard? This upcoming section. We're actually going to want to make use of our knives here. There. Or you could just quickly use the whip, but that's very tough and will usually get you killed. Yeah, this area features a new hazard. This time, some of the gears have really rusted away. And will break. So you gotta be quick about your movements to avoid getting rammed into. It's very cool. It adds something to the obligatory clock tower stage that nearly every Castlevania game needs to have. I don't think Lament of Innocence had one. No, I don't think it did. Did it? No, I don't think so. I haven't played the game ever since I beta it. I might try the crazy mode some point, but I'm not going to record that, though. For heaven's sakes. No. That's going to take so much time, because it's probably going to murder me so much that I'm going to need to do it on my own time. And I'd rather do that anyway. I already did a blind run for you good people. I don't need to do a second run of the game, do I? No, I don't. I haven't 100%ed the maps. There we go. Just a bit of tricky timing with the swinging. And of course, what's a clock tower stage without Medusa heads? Wait. I don't even think the original cast. No, they had the hunchbacks, which honestly, I don't know. That might have been worse. But still, Medusa heads are rather obligatory, and I'd rather use the crosshair because I don't want to accidentally latch onto one of the whip things and kill myself. Because that can most certainly happen. Oh my. And right, I don't have even a double shot, so if I'm really going to do it this way, I'm going to have to be patient. Okay, there. Ooh, I got another one-up? I don't think I've ever gotten this many points in this game. I think I've usually made at least one game over by this point. Swing me the other way. Thank you. Alright. Now there's just a small walkway before the boss. Ooh, I got a double shot. Hooray. Now I can be abusive. Yay! So, here comes the boss. He's known as Akmadon 2, which is weird because there wasn't an Akmadon 1. So he has 2 attacks. He can either send out these mummy bandages, which if you're down here is a bit scary, so you might want to duck. And he can also shoot some very short-range fireballs, which is kind of useless. And there are multitudes of safe spots in this fight, which makes this guy really pathetic. The only thing about him is he's got a lot of health. That's like all he has going for him. But if you're attacking diagonally, be careful and not walk into the pits down there. Alright there, it's a very lame, easy boss. There. You barely have to even try with this fight. Further One Symphony of the Night is even more pathetic, but I don't have that game, nor do I have a PlayStation. I have a PS2, but I don't have a PS1 memory card, and I don't know, it's a slim model. I don't know the exact name of the model, I'd have to check. But if it could play PS1 games, I would like to play some Symphony of the Night and the Spyro games. And I don't know. Could I get Gradius Gaiden? I don't think an American PS system could do that. I don't know. And yep, Vampire Killer. Oh my gosh, Vampire Killer plays in so many Castlevania games. And it's awesome every single time. And this version especially is amazing. I love this version. Oh, look, you get all the time in the world to finish this level. That's over 15 minutes worth of time to finish this one stage. So we get past the Doolahans, and now we get to this bridge that will constantly break, and it turns into bats. I don't know who thought up of that, but it's a pretty cool idea, actually. But, yeah. You want to be careful if you're going for the torches. You're kind of better off just running. Just keep on running, ignore the bats, just run, you'll be fine. This first part of the stage is really easy. It's the next part of the stage that causes problems, which you will see pretty much right now. Say goodbye to Vampire Killer. We're gonna listen to, I think it's called Beginning from Castlevania 3. And yeah, these stairs break as you climb, and there is this spiked wheel after you the entire time, so yeah, that's your real timer in this part of the stage. This is easily the toughest section of the game. Well, that and up. You see, I already screwed up. With these, you actually have to push up at the right time, which since you didn't really have to do that the rest of the game, it makes it that much tougher. You gotta actually remember to do it, or you're screwed. Did I mention that's your real timer? Huh, it's scary. There we go. And there will be some enemies to slow you down. That's really all they're there for, to slow you down. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, this is a very difficult part of the game right here. Very difficult. There's another part after these. What the heck? Okay. This is the hardest part of the game. What's worse is how much you gotta hurry to avoid death. Hurry! So yeah. You gotta tap up numerous times there, or else you're screwed. I don't care about that enemy, I just want to get by. Gonna have to kill this enemy though, because he actually will interrupt me. Come on! Swing! Alright. I don't think it goes any further up, so we're fine. But now we got these platforms, and trust me, this part is... Now, wait a minute. I landed on it. Oh, what? I forgot I go back to the beginning of the stage. Still, I got this far without a game over. I think that's a new record for me. Usually I make at least one game over within stages 7 through 9. And then one in the clock tower. So, this is honestly still a very good run for me. There we go. Would I have been safe going down there? The answer would have been no. Oh, well, at least I get to listen to Vampire Killer again, because I love this version of Vampire Killer. This might just have to be my favorite version. Bond of Bloods is also very cool. Can I think of any others that I enjoy quite as much? Let me think here. Trying to remember how Circle of the Moon's version went. I can't remember it. Because I liked that version too. Okay, now we're back to the scary part. Ooh, boy. Thankfully, we have a nice extended whip for that part. So I don't have to get into Doulahan's way, precisely. And now I can attack this guy more easily. Here we go. Oh, I screwed up the timing. It's a very difficult section. Doesn't it look difficult? Ugh. Wouldn't be so difficult if you had to tap up every single time you wanted to reach a piece of stair. That walking part especially is brutal. I can't believe I did that. It's gaining. Ah, that part is so hard. Like, I can't believe how tough it is. Oh boy, this could take a while. Okay. You don't want to stop on the stairs at all. I think that's obvious enough. Die already? I don't have enough time to wander around. Oh, I did it! I did it! Did you see that? I did it! Oh, this part of the game is so darn scary. But this is another freaking good remake of The Tomb. Seriously, this game was very good with its music. Alright, I made it. I made it. Now let's be a little more careful this time. Alright. Alright, we're almost there. There we go. Okay, this part is so... Oh wait, I'm thinking of another part coming up. Because I remember there was one part that was really difficult in getting through. There we go. And we are nearing it, that's for sure. It was this part. It's very easy to run into the spikes up above. Oh, I did it! Alright. All that's left is a boss gauntlet. We have to fight 4 different bosses. And this first one is easily the most annoying. For anyone that's played this game, everyone knows how infamous Slogger is. You hit him and he goes somewhere else, and he's invincible for a short period of time. You get very little time to actually move away from him before he lands. Ugh. In this first part, he tends to use his cane to fire stuff at you. That's not really the problem. The problem is trying to get away from him quick enough. and the fact that he has an invulnerability period. And this part's even worse, because now he lunges at you, and it's almost impossible to avoid. Thankfully, you get so much health if you beat him that even with only 1 bar of health left, you can pretty much refill your entire bar, I think. Ugh, but darn it, this boss is vile. Easily the worst boss of the game. I think his hitbox is bigger than what he appears to be. There we go. Oh boy. You want to try and get hit as little as possible in this first part, because it's really the second part that's going to make you beg for mercy. Yep, here we go. What's worse is when he attacks right away. If he attacks right away, there's pretty much nothing you can do. You're bound to get hit. Somehow, I didn't get hit there, but I got hit there. Why does he have so much health? Oh my gosh, go away. Please let this be the last. Thank you. Oh, that boss is a pain. Alright, let's get our health back. And then there's no one up here. So, they know how vicious that boss is. So, they give you just enough health to go back to full health for the next fight. Thankfully, everything else now is a checkpoint even in death. So, we don't have to fight Slogger again if we fail on Gaiden, who is much easier. He again has 2 phases. He'll fly around and occasionally shoot fire at you. Sometimes he'll drop down and stalactites will fall, and then he will shoot fire at you. This first part is actually tougher than the second half, in which he flies around and occasionally stops to shoot a bunch of fireballs, but the fact is, he stops when doing this big spread attack, so this makes the second half much easier, and he never drops down to the ground to do something different. So this part is actually much easier than the first half. Which is weird. You would think the second part would be a lot tougher. And it looks a bit more intimidating, but it's not. See, it's very easy to avoid that attack. There we go. Gaiden is pretty easy. Stalker and Gaiden would actually become enemies in Dawn of Sorrow, which is kind of weird in my eyes. What, were they cloned? I mean, Dawn of Sorrow does take place in the year 2036, so almost likely could have been possible. And now we get to fight a very famous boss in the series. The Grim Reaper himself. Death. And he's still pretty hard. So whip him right away, and he likes to throw sides like boomerangs at you, and they are very quick. He'll do 2 things when he gets through. He'll either swipe at you, or he'll start doing this sucking thing while he uses his scythe as a boomerang. A huge boomerang. So the important thing to do during that part is to get rid of all of his scythes. And here you gotta jump. The second time it comes, it's gonna go over you and back to death. So try and get a good distance away so that you can finish him off. He's not quite as tough in this, but he's still a challenging fight. And I want to keep silent here, because in my opinion, this is probably the coolest part of the entire game. Gives me goosebumps. There's a secret down there that gets you to 99 hearts across and a triple shot, but every time I try it, I die trying to get back, finding the invisible platform. So I don't bother. I'm just gonna fight him the normal way. We've made it to the final boss at last. Count Dracula. And the music is so awesome. That's its introduction. And he changes attacks multiple times. At first, he throws this orb at you, which if you don't hit and you just jump over, it splits into 3 away shot above you. So you want to hit it so that it does that. Sometimes it makes 4, but it doesn't make it any tougher to dodge. you definitely want to be using your crosses more or less, and use your whip to actually hit his orb. There we go. Gosh. But he has a lot of health. Once he gets to around 4 or so, he throws this, and if you can hit it successfully, it will shoot a million projectiles and give you some meat, which is very nice. And then, for the most part, he makes these 2 flames. You can't evade the flame walls. If you touch them, you'll get hurt. You want to whip the flames as soon as possible. I wasn't expecting the flames to come in that way. Oh, it didn't even hit him. Yeah, sometimes the crosses will get him on the return trip. If it doesn't have enough room to form 2 around you, it tends to form them in strange spots, such as that. Oh! I'm not doing too well this time. Immediately. I would like to get some health back. Will he do that for me? I guess the answer is no! There we go. Oh, gimme! Please! Oh, thank you! It appeared off screen. Alright, so he became very generous in the end there. Now, he changes his attack pattern again, and Simon's theme starts to show that Simon is triumphing. So he only has 1 attack, he shoots this lightning, but it's a very powerful move, so you kinda want to spend more time actually finding a safe spot before really trying to hit him with your whip. So just be very careful in this part. It's better to take caution than to get too aggressive. You'll be able to get your hits in time. See, it hurts a lot, and I am out of crosses, so that's a little frightening. But he's almost dead. I've almost got him. Come on. Oh, I love Simon's theme. Whoa, he's still alive! Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, that's what I call an epic finale. And one bat still lives to show that he's not truly gone once again. This will just merely put him at rest. Oh, epic end, really. This music track is amazing. Here's the ending. So yeah, it's a simpler ending than Castlevania 3, but the music is fantastic. Now, about this Castlevania game, I love this one. It's probably my favorite one. I tend to have trouble deciding between Rondo of Blood or this one. I might go with this one, actually. I love the weapon control. The music is so good at creating the atmospheres. Sub-weapons aren't as useful. That's one thing Rondo of Blood actually does better with. But I love the atmosphere. The level designs are actually very well done, and they're very interesting levels. They have a lot of different stuff going on. And of course, it has a lot of different bosses, most of which are easy. Well, Rondo of Blood does have better bosses, I guess, but that's what makes it hard for me to decide. Both have certain parts about it that are definitely superior to each other, but they both are superior in different aspects, and that's what makes it so hard. This and Rondo of Blood really was the pinnacle of the classic Castlevania era. They're both fantastic, and if you have the opportunity to play both, you gotta play both. They are fantastic. Rondo of Blood is a tough one, though, so you might want to get good at these games first. I'd say play this game, by the time you can finish Castlevania 3, you'll probably be able to handle Rondo of Blood with a bit of practice. Of course, if you can beat Castlevania 3 on hard mode, I think you're ready. Castlevania 3 on hard mode is so difficult. And for an early Super Nintendo title, I'd say the graphics in this game actually look pretty darn good. They look better than a few other games during that time, I'll say that much. And the controls, what can I say? These are like the best controls of any classic Castlevania game ever. You get total control in this one, which is so great. The controls definitely improved on the NES games. This game essentially did what a sequel should do, a good sequel. It's a bit of a safe sequel, but it takes what the previous games did and it made it better. Isn't that what a sequel should do? It's amazing how good this game is, and Rondo of Blood really manages to tie with it. It may not have as free motion controls, but they are still very tight, and the levels are well done, and it's got nice cutscenes too for the time period. They're fun to watch. Too bad we're never getting another Castlevania game. I don't know what's going on with Konami. Why can't they do what they used to be able to do? They used to make lots of great games. Like this, the Gradius games, the Contra games. They made a very fun shmup called Scramble back in 1981. Weren't they the ones that made Frogger games too? And they made some other fun independent titles along the way. I think they made Axelay, which I haven't played, but I've heard is great. And also the Parodius games, which we never got here in America. I want them. I found a website where I was able to play the MSX Parodius, and I bait that one. That was hard. Really frustrating, actually. The sequels aren't better. I've played them before. But, I would love to see another awesome Castlevania game be made. This was definitely one of the best highlights of the classic Castlevania games. It had good graphics for the time, it has a spectacular soundtrack, the best controls of the series, and it had some great level design. It did what a Castlevania game should be, and I love it for that. If you have a Super Nintendo and you don't have this game, you've got to get this game. This game is very well done. I would definitely recommend it. And overall, okay, it's got some harder sections, but it's a somewhat better game for beginners than, I guess, the NES ones. The NES ones are pretty tough. But honestly, beginners should probably start with Symphony of the Night, because I've heard that one's rather easy. But in terms of classic games, this one is a must. Well, that has been Super Castlevania 4. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing. This has been TalesFan109. Have a nice day.